Rockford's home for Classic Rock, 96.7 The Eagle. Good morning, it's Double T, and it's time for Backstage Pass, an inside look at the concert industry with Don Kronberg from NiteLite Promotions. And each week I look forward to your flashback story. So what do we got today?
On April 29th, 1997 at the Coronado Theater, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. One of our biggest issues was catering for the show, because not only did we have a larger crew than anticipated, and I don't think our caterer was completely prepared for it, but at the end of the day, we also had no space backstage. So I think we ended up setting up tables in front of the stage. It was the weirdest catering setup that I think I've ever had in a theater before, because we had to feed a large number of people. And then we quickly realized that we might not have enough food to feed everybody for dinner. I'm like, I'm telling the caterer, we've got to make sure that they're fed, and nobody in the house, including me, should eat food until the band is eaten. 6 or 7 o'clock at night, getting ready for the show to start, and I go up to the caterer and I'm like, hey, listen, I have not had a chance to eat anything today. Did you save me any food? And she was like, I'm sorry, we did. We ran out of food. I'm like, you're completely out? She goes, wait, hang on one second. She comes back and she goes, guess what? I have an apple pie. Seriously, that's it? And honestly, I was so hungry. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. She goes, listen, I'll stick it in your promoter's office for you for after the show, because I didn't have any time from that point till 11 o'clock at night. All I kept thinking about was, oh, I can't wait for that apple pie. I can't wait for that apple pie. And I'm like, I have to go grab a bite of apple pie. So I walked down the hallway of the Coronado, and I opened the door to my promoter office, and there stands David Crosby with his hand in my pie, scooping it out like Winnie the Pooh eating honey out of the pie. There were no words, so this is what took place. He looks at me like, hello, and I look at him with this look of disbelief. I'm like, are you serious? Without actually mouthing the words, we each look at each other with the strangest look. I look back at him. He continues to scoop the apple pie into his mouth with his hand. I slowly close the door and storm off into oblivion. And I couldn't believe that David Crosby had become Winnie the Pooh on me that night and took my apple pie. So I ended up doing probably a half dozen shows with Crosby, Stills, and Nash over the years. And every time I saw David Crosby backstage, now he didn't remember me from Adam, but at the end of the day, I'm like, you're the guy who took my apple pie in 1997.
Awesome. Don Kronberg from NiteLite Promotions. Don, always great having you on, buddy.
Thanks, Double T. Look forward to talking to you next week, brother.
It's Rockford's home for Classic Rock, 96.7 The Eagle.